I'd like to call today's park board meeting of December 6, 2022 to order. First item on the agenda is the approval of the November 1st, 2022 park board meeting minutes, excuse me. Members should have all received those minutes in their packets. Does anybody have any additions or corrections? Okay, hearing none, I need a motion to approve those minutes.
So moved. Second.
Been moved by Mr. Dietrich, second by Mr. Prost. All those in favor, Mr. Prost.
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich.
Aye.
Mr. Burton.
Aye.
And I am an aye also. Motion carries. Second item on the agenda is the attorney reports.
The first item I have for you this evening is a use agreement with the National Basketball Academy. They'd like to use the basketball courts at the field house on Mondays on March the 6th, March the 13th, March the 20th, and March the 27th from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. for the purposes of holding a basketball camp. And that's all in 2023.
We don't administratively, we don't have any issues with this. We will be doing a revenue split of 70-30 on camps. It's very similar to what we do with our Pacer camps as well. Field house has no conflicts. We have any input.
Have we dealt with this group before?
So, yeah.
Okay, so everybody's comfortable with it.
What are the age of the participants?
I'm assuming they're.
This is a mini dribblers camp, so this is like the young ones, very young.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, hearing none, I need a motion to approve the use agreement for the National Basketball Academy for using the field house for 4 days in March.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Burton, seconded by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor, Mr. Prost,
Aye.
Mr. Burton,
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich,
Aye.
and I'm an aye also. Motion carries. Next item.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. The next item for your consideration is an agreement with Corn Country, RRPI, for the fireworks for the Greenwood Freedom Festival. It's basically the same agreement as last year. The only revisions from the previous year was that they must do a 20-minute minimum show. And we just asked them to make sure that there weren't any family members in the area. But otherwise, it's the exact same agreement as last year.
Any questions? We've done this many years with no problems.
Questions or comments? Okay. Hearing none. Need a motion to approve the consideration use agreement with, I guess, is it Corn Country?
Yeah.
Corn Country?
Yes.
For next year's Freedom Festival fireworks.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. It's been moved by Mr. Burton, seconded by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor, Mr. Dietrich.
Aye.
Mr. Burton.
Aye.
I know, I'm sorry. I keep catching. So Mr. Prost,
Aye.
and I'm an aye also. Motion carries.
The next item for your consideration this evening is a purchase agreement with Sexton Mechanical. They're going to replace the RTU units at the community center for a total of $36,182.33.
So what this is a 5 year, this is the beginning of a 5-year replacement plan of all the RT units on the community center roof. So this will obviously be the first two of that replacement plan. And just because of the age, they're aging out, it's time to get them replaced with new ones. So this is systematically how we're doing it. So these are the ones that we'll be able to reach parking lot straight away. In addition to that, you also notice they mentioned about removing RTU1. RTU1 was abandoned when we did the remodel of the community center. It's just been left up there. So we're just trying to do some housekeeping to get that cleaned up while we've got the crane there as well. And I'll take that off. So, and this funding has been budgeted into 2023 year's budget. So we're just trying to get it encumbered, get it into contract, and get it scheduled for next year.
Okay, hearing none. Need a motion to approve the purchase agreement with Sexton Mechanical for the replacement of the RC units at the community center.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Burton, second by Mr. Prost. All those in favor, Mr. Prost,
Aye.
Mr. Burton,
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich,
Aye.
and I'm aye also. Motion carries.
And the final item I have for you this evening is a use agreement with Aspire Johnson County for the Greenwood Field House. They would like to utilize that space on Thursday, March the 2nd, 2023, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. to host the State of the City event for our city.
So as per all the structures that we built into this, the rental fees, and then we have the Omni deck on the turf field as well. We would like to have the floor installation at the cost of $2,000 for the Omni deck on March 1st, and obviously the rental of the event from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. of $2,250. So those combined will be the rental for the field house for that time frame for your consideration.
It's great having it over there. It's a great idea. Sure are.
We estimate the turf field, based on some drawings we've done, around 400 occupancy market tables.
Questions or comments? Okay, hearing none, need a motion to approve the use agreement with Aspire Johnson County for the State of the City address on March 2nd.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Mr. Burton, I'm sorry, Mr. Dietrich, seconded by Mr. Prost. All in favor, Mr. Prost,
Aye.
Mr. Burton,
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich.
Aye.
I'm an aye also. Motion carries. I think that's everything, Kelsey.
I think so,
All right,
of
thank you.
course.
Next item on the agenda is job descriptions.
Job descriptions, consideration for new job descriptions in your packet was maintenance supervisor, maintenance crew, aquatics coordinator. Their descriptions are in your packet for your review. I would be happy to answer any questions.
So these are brand new positions we're filling.
These are brand new positions. So part of the maintenance supervisor, this is a effort to restructure the parks maintenance department into grounds maintenance and facility maintenance. So there's two different divisions within the parks maintenance division. This will help us better efficiently take care of the properties that we now got to take care of with all the facilities, more facilities coming online, such as the field house, the community center, and the Freedom Springs. Will help us eliminate pulling grounds workers off, keeping up with cutting to change light bulbs and fix sinks and pipes. So now we'll have facilities maintenance division that will be able to handle all that structure. So that takes care of the maintenance supervisor and the maintenance crew full-time position. The aquatics coordinator, in an effort to be able to continue to grow our offerings for our aquatics programs. We feel it's important to be able to add staff to do that. With Freedom Springs, so the aquatics coordinator is simply, we did review some duties and omitted some of them, but it's essentially turning that part-time position into a full-time position now. And that's what that description is. Happy to answer any questions.
Questions or comments?
The only comment I have, probably past due. I mean, I think it's a great idea to separate out the divisions like that.
It's been evolving into that, but I would totally agree. Yeah.
Okay, any other questions or comments? So do we need a motion on this, Kelsey, to approve these new job descriptions?
Yes.
Okay. So I need a motion to approve the new job descriptions for maintenance supervisor, maintenance crew. Is the maintenance crew worker, I'm sorry,
Just maintenance crew.
maintenance crew and aquatics coordinator.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Burton, second by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor, Mr. Probst.
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich.
Aye.
Mr. Burton.
Aye.
I'm an aye also, motion carries. We have consideration of revised job descriptions.
Yep, for your consideration, you just have some revised description as well. A lot of these are byproducts of the new positions we just had, so we got to take some language out of these to make sure that they fit. So yeah, for your review, if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer that.
These are more or less adjustments on existing.
Yeah, like I said, they had to be adjusted back within these descriptions to be byproduct of the new positions that this came.
Questions or comments? Hearing none, we need a motion to approve the revised job descriptions for the ground supervisor, ground maintenance worker, and part-time maintenance.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Probst, second by Mr. Burton. All those in favor, Mr. Probst.
Aye.
Mr. Burton.
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich.
Aye.
I'm an aye also, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is a user fee revision for non-peak, non-peak rental pricing at the field house. Correct. Turf field, right?
Turf field and practice court and basketball court as well. So it's just, yeah, so this is the add on the bottom. that you guys would get. So for your guys' review, we get, like it was said in there, we've received several interests on renting turf space during our non-peak time. This is just the evolving of the field house and just trying to roll with the requests and how people want to use it. So main turf, half of it per hour, $55 per member, $65 for non-member. Auxiliary turf per hour, $45 per member, $55 for non-member.
Questions or comments? Have we had any what's the term? Negative feedback on our pricing structure so far? Has there been any blowback? Anybody think we're
I
overpriced?
have not received any.
So it looks like we're about what we need to do with all this. Good.
That's competitive, right?
I'm sure you guys did your due diligence, so that's good to hear. Excuse me, any other questions, comments? Hearing none, I need a motion to approve the fee revisions for the turf fields, non-peak hours, I guess, at the Grand Field House.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Burton, seconded by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor, Mr. Probst.
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich.
Aye.
Mr. Burton.
Aye.
I am an aye also, motion carries. 2023 carryovers.
Coming to the end of the financial year, this is something we need you guys to approve on. You've been given a list of the 2022 carryover purchase orders for your review. If you have any questions on any of these, I'm happy to answer anything as far as detail individually, what one may be applied to.
And you tell me what the Hampton House is about?
I can. So the Hampton House, we are migrating away from that project, and it had encumbered money that was going towards that project that we would like to now consider transferring to finishing the development sports park.
No.
Okay. So Hampton Hall, as it's been coined, was a residential house that we had envisioned, or I envisioned, on turning that into the big center. And then that was we'll use a little bit of an excuse. It was pre-COVID. We got hit with a lot of construction costs, some instability in the market as well. Since then, we've had to pivot on how we do things. So we've got this money encumbered for that development. It's just sitting there. We've got a project that's beyond shovel ready. We are constructing it. We'd like to reallocate that money towards development support plan.
Very good, thank you.
There was a piece of property, in case anybody is not familiar with it, was sitting right next to Northwest Park.
Yeah.
actually in front of, right off Front Road.
Yeah. And just so you know too, we certainly have not forgot about Hampton Hall. We're not gonna sit there and let that structure get derelict. Like we are coming up with a solution to that problem.
Okay, any questions on any of these carryovers? Comments? Okay, hearing none, I need a motion to approve the carryovers for 2023.
So move. Second.
Moved by Mr. Dietrich, seconded by Mr. Prost. All those in favor, Mr. Prost,
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich,
Aye.
Mr. Burton.
Aye.
I and I also, motion carries.
Do we need to sign this?
Yeah, we will need, well, I don't know, I guess we'll sign the one I've got. Or do you want everybody to sign theirs, Heather? You just want this one signed?
Yes.
Okay,
Great, you got to carry over.
just need the one. Yeah, just the one, okay. Next item on the agenda is the 2023 partnership guide.
For your consideration, we provided you a printout of the partnership guide, and if you had a chance to run through there, the changes were indexed with a kind of a summary of all the changes that have been made for your review and consideration. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
List the changes.
I'll highlight it in there.
Yes.
Chronological
Partnership guide.
order. Yes.
Okay, that's. Anybody have any questions or comments?
What's the mud partner?
I'm going to assume the mud partner. I think it's got something to do with one of our events. Is that our camp out? Community camp out partnership.
Like a hot chocolate mug, to everything, like just.
So we'll get a business
Yeah.
to say, we'll put your logo on there, co-branding with ours, and that'll be part of the partnership impression for that community camp out.
Questions or comments? Okay, hearing none, I need a motion to approve the partnership guide changes to the 2023 partnership guide.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Burton, second by Mr. Prost. All in favor, Mr. Dietrich,
Aye.
Mr. Burton,
Aye.
Mr. Prost.
Aye.
I also, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is a meeting date change. We approved the 2023 meeting dates last meeting, but apparently we need to reconsider I believe it was January 3rd meeting date.
Just for efficiency, for your guys' consideration, we proposed January 10th, yes, in lieu of what it is now, just so we can be prepared and have better presentations.
Inform Rob before the meeting.
The only issue with January 10th is I believe they have the RDC meeting on that date.
Yeah,
There's a conflict on the 10th.
that's 4:30, correct?
Yes.
Yes, it starts at 4:30.
Okay. So Tim, you had a maybe.
Yeah, I was saying, I informed Rob for the meeting, I have a conflict on that date. So I was gonna ask the board if they would consider moving the date till the 11th. Do you have a problem with that, Kelsey?
Let me double check.
Just check.
Stormwater has a meeting at 4, but I would believe they would be done before 5 o'clock.
They're down at 4:15.
Let's do that. Let's do, if you guys will do consideration for January 11th at 5 o'clock. And that'll be our only
Good.
off Tuesday.
Okay.
Day. Good.
I'm good.
Thank you. Thank you for indulging me. I appreciate it. So we need a motion to approve that, Kelsey?
Yes, you will.
Okay. Need a motion to approve the moving of the January 2023 park board meeting from January 3rd to January 11th.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Burton, seconded by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor, Mr. Prost,
Aye.
Mr. Burton,
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich,
Aye.
and I also, again, thank you. Next item on the agenda is the foundation.
Hey, Greg, happy to answer any questions if the Parks Board has any, for the foundation.
Next on the agenda is the controller report. I believe Greg is with us.
Good evening. The financials went out late last week. Looking at page one, we've got the main operating funds. Right now, receipts are exceeding expenses by about 66,000. We'll expect your December property tax draw come in, so that'll actually grow that a little bit more even. We got in food and beverage tax, well within the budget there, doing very good. Page three, the SNR fund has gone down a little bit, but this is the one that's based on the programming, and some things come in before the expenses go out, and it'll catch back up. It tends to run pretty even most years. So I don't anticipate that will end the year in the negative as far as expenses exceeding receipts, but there's still over 200K in that fund. And then finally, your park impact fee. So far this year, we've banked about 940,000. Big piece of that's coming from the Madison project, but as other developments are coming online, and we've seen a couple of those run through council, we should have some good ones coming on next year as well. Any questions?
Questions for Greg? Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Parks report.
I believe you've got my report, Frank. Any questions you want to have to answer? Just gearing up, getting ready to start maintenance on the equipment, new gear, ready to go next year.
So the structure over the bench there at the parking lot of Madison, is there a plan to rebuild that thing or replace the bench or something?
We'll probably replace the bench. I mean, the bench is about as old as the structure. Yeah, they do just rot it off the base.
Sure, that's understandable, yeah.
Saw the wind, one of those windstorms moved it, Tim, and it leaned it. I got up, I saw it, and I was absolutely.
Disc golf is back at Freedom Park, just in time for the disc golf season. Go ahead, you still use it. I did drive by the community center the other night, and the light, Friday night, because the light shows, I know that's probably gonna be another bug, but I know the maintenance staff's out there working hard on that. It looked great.
Appreciate it. Passing up.
Anybody got anything for Jim? Thanks, sir. Trails.
I don't have anything to report at this time.
Recreation report.
You have a copy of our report. We had Kid City Christmas this past Friday, where we had about 300 people in attendance. This Saturday, we have 2 settings of breakfast with Santa. We'll have about 350 people attend the community center on Saturday, and both events. Many thanks to the park staff and the community center staff for hosting those events. And we took 105 people to Chicago on Friday as well, on a bus trip. So
Can you tell me a little more about Nerf wars?
yeah, we just set up obstacle courses and
Okay, so it's not,
obstructions and
it's not Nerf weapons.
no, it's Nerf guns. Yeah, they shoot each other. They wear eye protection.
Okay,
Kids love it.
sure, everybody signs multiple waivers. Okay, awesome. And again, I love you guys, seeing that you guys are trying new programs, seeing what sticks, what doesn't, what works. Appreciate the effort. Anybody have anything for that? Recreation report. I'm sorry, field house report.
Below, you should have a copy of the field house report. Numbers are steadily increasing, as you can see, which is pretty surprising with the number of programs that we're currently offering over at the field house. So people are still coming in, finding time to play open gym basketball, volleyball, pickleball, things like that. And then the staff's still doing a great job
numbers keep going up. It was by their last couple nights, I saw a lot of people in there in the evening playing soccer. Looks awesome. You see all those bodies in there.
Very good. And
Yeah.
that's what we're trying to do, the non-peak times in the
Sure.
mornings, try to get more people on. So,
Well, I've had a lot of, last 2 weeks, I've run into a lot of people that over there for one reason or another.
Yeah.
And they've all had nothing but positive things to say about it.
It's good to hear.
Anybody else have anything? Great. Okay, community center report, Ms. Sharon.
You guys have my report. Community centers all decked out for Christmas. You guys get a chance to come in and take a look.
It's awesome.
Stand to the job.
Sharon. Thanks, Sharon. Other business from the public? Any other business from the park board?
Yeah, I'd like to just say in closing, so last park board of the year, I'd like to thank all park board members for supporting us through 2022. All the staff, community center, rec, field house, parks maintenance, assistant, the admin staff. We just keep rolling, right? The programs are getting bigger. We got more facilities to take care of. We got more grounds to take care of. And we're all supported from the administration, from Mayor Myers, Deputy Mayor, Finance as well, HR. We've all had to kind of like evolve and kind of this package that we've become. So looking forward to 2023, but I want to say thank you to all you guys and appreciate all your support this last year. And legal, of course, as well. Couldn't do it without that.
Of course.
Thanks, Kelsey.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, Rob. On that note, Rob, the way you guys evolved was incredible to watch.
Yeah.
It really was. It showed strength, it showed teamwork,
Yeah.
showed everybody's ability to bob and weave
Yeah.
and still work together. It was great.
Appreciate it. Got a great team.
Yeah, on my behalf, if we see anybody after Christmas, I wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Yep. So, signing the claim. Members should receive the copies if there's any adjustments or questions. Okay, if there's no other business come before this board, this meeting is adjourned.